This dream is about rapture and getting into heaven. The things I perceived up to the point where the next day it was going to be the feast, the wedding feast. So it starts, I'm here on earth as we understand it. And there is a sense that the whole world is in chaos and fear. There's a knowing that there are things that souls can choose and live a certain way that may give them hope to qualify for the rapture. And in this dream, it's like there's a sense of urgency. And the ones that are manifesting that, they are told, get on the boat. And all of a sudden, they see this boat. And so they're starting to get on it. And I see it, and I'm approaching it. And I start to get on, but I feel like it's not, I need to try to get more people on the boat. So I start calling out to people, and I'm not alone. There's others like me standing beside the boat, calling out. And as they do, the people are standing around, and there's three reactions. One, they hear us, and they ignore us. They can't hear us, or they hear us, but they can't see the boat. So then I get on the boat. The last person gets on the boat, and we're gone. Next thing I know, we're in the unloading area in some dimension of heaven. And as I get off my platform and walk out, I look to my right. And there's such a multitude, it's just a giant blur of souls. Then there's this logistics where angels are telling different people to go to different places, and you wait there and you get with a certain group that for whatever the reason you're kind of grouped together. I don't understand it all. You're told about the hierarchies in heaven, how things are done, how you communicate to one another. You experience it, you communicating, and it's awesome. And then there's a blurry area, but I remember there's a perception of some correlation to gifts, like powers, like rewards, privileges, and it said, hey, there's people that are not here yet, but when they get here, they're not going to have these things because they didn't choose wisely. And I understood it was about the church. They're not going to have all the abilities that the bride has. They're not going to have all the privileges that the bride has. Now, I'm not motivated by that kind of stuff, but that's nice. I'm motivated by just the relationship. All that other stuff is just cherry on top of the sundae kind of thing. But then I go to the next process of understanding, and there's degrees. I was allowed to understand 3 degrees of intimacy. There's like chance encounters, but they're very, very important in heaven's eyes. It's like, oh, that was so important. We're going to record that. And that degree of intimacy is allowed to manifest in that dimension for eternity. Then there's greater intimacy, where there was significant involvement and significant spiritual work on your part done, whether you realized it or not. And then finally, there's the dimension that is the most intimate to you. And in this dimension, I had an understanding of my guardian angel and my 2 children that have died. And it was wonderful. There was many things that played out. And there was talk about, hey, tomorrow's the big day for the wedding feast. We'll help you get ready for bed. And then after all the formalities, we can hang out again. We can do whatever we want together. So I'm getting ready for bed. And they're tucking me in, like swaddling for a baby kind of a thing. And I kind of like, okay, tomorrow's the big day. And before I kind of just start to nod off, somebody walks into the room. And I'm startled because I thought all this procedural stuff and the telling you what's going to, the outline of the day, I thought it was done. And as they walk around the bed, I see they have a package in their hands. And then I realize who this person is. It's Yeshua. And as he gets to the other side of the bed, he says, I have a gift for you. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't need any more gifts. I'm here. I've got more than I ever would have dreamed for. And he's like in the type of communication that was, you don't talk. It's just like thinking and knowing. He's just like, you want this gift. And I was like, okay. So he hands it to me, and I'm looking at it still confused, and it's poofy. I'm like, what could this possibly be? I mean, I don't need anything, but leave it to Yeshua to say things in a funny way that's witty and very intimate. He's so excited. He can't wait for me to unravel it. He just rips all the paper wrap off, and he hands it back to me, and I see it. It's a sleeping bag. Now I'm really confused. He can sense that, so he takes it. He unfurls it on the floor beside my bed and says, this is my gift to you. I'm going to stay with you forever now. That's the best dream I've ever had in my life. Now, granted, I'm leaving some things out because they're very intimate, very intimate. But the punchline, the urgency of the rapture, the punchline of the greatest gift you get is to be with Yeshua forever, I'll share that with you. Time is short, brothers and sisters. Time is short. I hope you're ready.